everyone, welcome back to Hands-Free Studying for the MBE, brought to you by Brainscape. These upcoming property questions cover zoning and land rights. All right, let's get started. Question 1. What are lateral support rights? Lateral support rights hold that landowners have the right to lateral support from the adjoining land. Question 2. If a landowner excavates his own land and then damages the adjoining property, will the landowner be liable if the land is in its natural state? Yes, if the land is in its natural state, then the landowner will be held strictly liable for the damage. Question 3. If a landowner excavates his own land and damages the adjoining land, will he be liable if the land has been improved? This hinges on whether the improvement contributed to the collapse. If the improvement did contribute to the collapse, then the excavating landowner will only be liable if they were negligent. However, if the improvement did not contribute to the collapse, then the excavating landowner will be held strictly liable. Question 4. What are subjacent support rights? Subjacent support rights state that surface structures have the right to support from underneath the land. Remember that subjacent means underneath. These are important if a landowner allows another party to mine, tunnel, or say build an underground parking structure. The other party must ensure surface structures are adequately supported. Question 5. If a third party has underground or subjacent support rights, will they be liable if they damage the surface structure? If the structures existed at the time of conveyance, then the third party will be held strictly liable. However, if the structures were built after the conveyance, the party will only be found negligent. Question 6. What are riparian rights, and what are the two main approaches? Riparian rights are the rights to use water from watercourses that border one's land. This includes streams, rivers, and lakes. It's governed by either the Riparian Doctrine or by the Prior Appropriation Doctrine. Question 7. What is the Riparian Doctrine view of water rights? The Riparian Doctrine holds that water belongs to those who own the land bordering the watercourse. This doctrine adopts the reasonable use standard. Riparians have the right to reasonable use of the water, and they cannot unreasonably interfere with another's riparian rights. In this doctrine, natural use trumps artificial use. Question 8. What is the Prior Appropriation Doctrine? The Prior Appropriation Doctrine holds that the first person to make beneficial or productive use of the water has the legal right to continue using it, for example, using water for crops. Note again that natural use trumps artificial use. Question 9. What are the rights for groundwater? Surface owners can make reasonable use of the groundwater. These are also called correlative rights. Question 10. What are surface water rights, and what are the three governing approaches to surface water? Surface water rights are rights to water that is either from rain, springs, or melted snow that is not part of a waterway. The three governing approaches are first, the Common Enemy Doctrine, which holds that the owner can make changes to combat flow or drainage, but they will be liable for negligence if they damage another's land. The second approach is the natural flow theory, which states that an owner cannot make changes to combat flow. And lastly, we have the reasonable use theory, which holds that an owner can make reasonable changes to combat flow, but this balances the harm versus utility of that change. And that's the end of your 10 flashcard study round. To reach full mastery, remember to study in Brainscape. Our mobile and web app uses the latest in spaced repetition techniques, allowing you to optimize your study time and track your progress down to the finest detail. But of course, when you're driving, cooking, exercising, or otherwise unable to navigate the app, be sure to keep listening to the rest of this hands-free studying playlist. No matter what subject you're learning and what method you're studying it, Brainscape helps you rise to your challenge.